My performance will consist of The Rape Joke, a poem by Patricia Lockwood, an article entitled 25 Everyday Examples of Rape Culture by Shannon Ridgway from the magazine Everyday Feminism. And this article is to inform and give examples about rape culture and the stresses that need to change so we can make it end. And I will also be using a scene from the film from 1988 called The Accused, starring Jodie Foster, which is a movie about how she was out drinking one night after a fight with her boyfriend. Sarah Tobias, Jodie Foster, is brutally raped by 3 men in a bar while people watch and cheer. District Attorney Catherine Murphy, Kelly McGillis, takes the case, however, allows the rapist to receive a mild sentence. A distraught Sarah decides to seek punishment for the men who witnessed and encouraged the rape. To get justice, Sarah must take the stand and revisit the night of the attack, and it's a drama based on a true event. The rape joke is that you were 19. The rape joke is that he was your boyfriend. The rape joke, it wore a goatee. A goatee. Imagine the rape joke looking in the mirror, perfectly reflecting back at itself and grooming itself to look more like a rape joke. Ah, thanks. Yes. A goatee. No offense. The rape joke is that he was 7 years older. The rape joke is that you had known him for years, since you were too young to even be interesting to him. You like that use of word, interesting, as if you're a piece of knowledge that someone could be desperate to acquire, to assimilate, and to spit back out in different form through his goateed mouth. Then suddenly you are older, but not very old at all. The rape joke is that you had been drinking wine coolers. Wine coolers! Who drinks wine coolers? People who get raped, according to the rape joke. The rape joke is he was a bouncer and he kept people out for a living, but not you. The rape joke is that he carried a knife and would show it to you and would turn it over and over his hands like it were a book. He wasn't threatening you. He just really liked his knife. The rape joke is he almost murdered a dude by throwing him through a plate glass window. The next day he told you and he was trembling, which you took as evidence as his sincerity. How can a piece of knowledge be stupid? But of course, you are so stupid. The rape joke is that sometimes he would tell you you were going on a date, and then he would take you to his best friend's Pee-wee house and make you watch wrestling while they all got high. The rape joke is that his best friend was named Pee-wee. Okay, the rape joke is that he worshipped The Rock. Like, this dude was completely in love with The Rock. He thought it was great that he could do with his eyebrows. The rape joke is he called wrestling a soap opera for men. Men love drama too, he assured you. The rape joke is that his bookshelf was just a row of paperback materials about serial killers. You mistook this for an interest in history, and laboring under his misapprehensions, you once gave him a copy of Gutner's Grass's My Century, which he never even bothered to read. It gets funnier. It gets funnier. The rape joke is that he kept a diary. I wonder if he wrote about the rape in it. The rape joke is that you read it once, and he talked about another girl and called her Miss Geography, and he said he didn't have those urges when he looked at her anymore. Not since he met you. Close call, Miss Geography. The rape joke is that he was your father's high school student. Your father taught world religion. You helped him clean up his classroom, and at the end of the year, he would let you take home the most beaten up textbooks. The rape joke is that he knew you when you were 12 years old. He once helped your family move 2 states over and drove from Cincinnati to St. Louis with him, all by yourselves, and he was kind to you and talked to you the whole way. He had chaw in his mouth the entire time, and you told him he was disgusting, and he laughed. And he spat the juice through his goatee into a Mountain Dew bottle. The rape joke is that, come on, you should have seen it coming. This rape joke is practically writing itself. The rape joke is that you were face down. The rape joke is that you were wearing a pretty green necklace that your sister had made for you. Later, you cut that necklace up. The mattress felt a specific way, and your mouth felt a specific way against it, as if you were speaking, but you know you were not, as if your mouth were open 10 years into the future reciting a poem called Rape Joke. The rape joke is that this time is different. It becomes more horrible and more habitable, and accommodates your need to get deeper into it, just like the body, which more than a concrete of its capacity. You know the body of time is elastic, can take almost anything you give it, and it heals quickly. The rape joke is that, of course, there is blood, which in humans beings is so close to the surface. The rape joke is that you went home like nothing had happened and laughed about it the next day and the day after that, and when you told people, you laughed, and that was the rape joke. It was a year before you told your parents, because he was like a son to them. The rape joke is that when you told the Father, he made the sign over the cross over you and said, "I absolve you in your sins in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit," which even in its total wrong-headedness was so completely sweet. The rape joke is that you were crazy for the next 5 years and had to move to the cities and had to move states, and whole days went down into the sinkhole about why it happened. Like you went to look in your backyard and suddenly it wasn't there, and you were looking down into the center of the earth, which played the same red event perpetually. The rape joke is that after a while you weren't crazy anymore, but close call, Miss Geography. The rape joke is if you write a poem called Rape Joke, you're asking for it to become the only thing people remember about you. The rape joke is that you asked why he did it. The rape joke is said he didn't know. What else would a rape joke say? The rape joke said you were the one who was drunk. And the rape joke said you remembered it wrong, which made you laugh out loud for one long split open second. The wine coolers weren't Bartles and Jamie's, but it would be funnier if the rape joke if it were. It was some pussy flavor like passionate mango or destroyed strawberry, which you drink down without the question and trustingly in the heart of Cincinnati, Ohio. Can rape jokes be funny at all? Is the question. Can any part of the rape joke be funny? The part where it ends? Just kidding. Though you did dream of killing the rape joke for years, spilling all of its blood out and telling it all that way. The rape joke cries out for the night to be told. The rape joke is that it is just how it happened. The rape joke is the next day he gave you pet sounds. No, really, pet sounds. He said he was sorry and then he gave you pet sounds. Come on, that's a little bit funny. Admit it. Reading through the feminist forums and articles online, particularly in the articles about rape or sexual assault, I noticed that sometimes in the comments section, people make statements about how rape culture is just a phase that are made up to make men look bad, or to make it seem like rape is something that happens far more often than it actually does. And given the readings and comments, I could have easily dismissed them just as simply fodder written by online trolls and gone on with my day. But it really got me thinking. Perhaps some people truly don't know what rape culture is. After all, if you're hearing the phrase for the first time, it can be really confusing. We understand that the word culture, from a sociological or anthropological viewpoint, to be things that people commonly engage in together as a society, ranging from the arts to education to table manners, and we find it difficult to link the word rape in that concept. We know that at its core, our society is not something that outwardly promotes rape, as the phrase could imply. That is, we don't, after all, commonly engage in sexual violence together as a society. To understand rape culture better, we first must understand that it's not necessarily a society or a group of people that outwardly promotes it, although it could be. When we talk about rape culture, we're discussing something more implicit than that. We're talking about cultural practices, and yes, that we commonly engage together in as a society, that excuse or otherwise tolerate violence. We're talking about the way we collectively think about rape. More often than not, it's situations in which sexual assault, rape, and general violence are ignored, trivialized, normalized, or made into jokes. And this happens a lot, all the time, day after day, every day. And it's dangerous. So, and you may, if we don't understand the meaning behind the concept of rape culture, or if we have skewed interpretation of the meaning in our minds, we may find it easy to deny its existence. That is rape culture. Rape culture is pop music that tells women you know you want it because of these blurred lines. Of consent, that is. A judge who sentenced 30 days in jail to a 50-year-old man who raped a 14-year-old girl who then committed suicide, and the defendant said that the girl was older than her chronological age. Rape culture is mothers who blame girls for posting sexy selfies and leading their sons into sin instead of talking with their sons about their responsibility for their own sexual expression. Rape culture is supporting athletes who are charged with rape and calling their victims career destroyers. Rape culture is people who believe that girls allow themselves to be raped. Because of examples of rape culture all around us, they permeate our society as individual, one-on-one levels, as well as institutionalized, structured ways. That is, after all, exactly how oppression works. She asked me if I had anything to drink before I went down to the mill, or smoke anything, and I told her that I had a couple drinks, smoked a joint. Nothing too heavy, I wasn't falling out of the bar drunk or anything. Then she had the nerve to ask me how I was dressed. Like, what's that supposed to mean? And I guess that was supposed to mean, was I dressed provocatively? Was I showing too much cleavage? A see-through blouse? What the fuck difference does it make how I was dressed? They tore it off of me anyways. And she said that maybe I was dressed in ways that made guys think that it was okay to have sex with me. And she asked me if I put on a show. And I told her, I was like, what the hell are you talking about? You saw me at the hospital. She saw everything. And so I think she thinks I asked for this. Is that what she thinks? Have you...